Yes. Three types of raw materials. The one of the raw material, the most important we have is the alkenes first of all. The second raw material we have is the carbonyl compounds, and the third raw material for the preparation of the alcohols we have is the alkyl halides. And basically when alkyl halides are forming alcohol, so the first thing again I would say which should strike in your mind is that because alkyl halide is the reactant or the raw material, so therefore the first thing strike in your mind is this, that what type of a reaction it will undergo. Now because it is RX, so RX undergo two types of reactions. One we have is nucleophilic substitution reaction, and the second reaction we have is of the elimination. Now because in this particular chapter or in this particular case where you need RX for the preparation of alcohols, so we cannot use RX over here as for the elimination reaction, because elimination reaction always leads to formation of alkenes. So over here we want alcohol, so that means in this case it is quite obvious now that RX will form alcohols by the reaction known as the nucleophilic substitution only. They cannot form any alcohol by some elimination reaction, because elimination reaction forms a product known as the alkene, not the alcohols. And we have already discussed about the preparation of the alcohols from the RX, that is alkyl halide. If you remember, we have seen a table of the nucleophilic substitution reactions in which I spoke about the source of nucleophile. I also talked about the nucleophile, and then we talked about the product form. So if you remember, then we have either the source of nucleophile, water, or the source of nucleophile, KOH, or the source of nucleophile, that is NaOH. In all these three cases, basically the product formed is always an alcohol. So therefore, this method of preparation of alcohols we have already done in the alkyl halide chapter. So we will not be discussing that in detail, because it will be following SN1 SN2 mechanism, and about the the detailing about this SN1 SN2 mechanism we have already done in the previous chapter, that is alkyl halides and aryl halides. Now coming to the other two raw materials, we have the alkenes, then we have carbonyl compounds also. Now if you talk about the alkenes, basically in the alkenes, because alkenes is over here is the raw material, so we know that alkenes undergo only one type of a reaction, that is electrophilic addition reaction. So over here also they will be following the same method of preparation, that is or I would say the same mechanism, that is electrophilic addition reaction only. But when we come to the another raw material of the alcohols, that is carbonyl compounds, through the carbonyl compounds, basically we know that the carbonyl compounds undergo only one type of reaction, that we call it as a nucleophilic addition reaction. So therefore what will be happening is that whenever you have a carbonyl compound as a raw material, again I would say the first thing which should strike in your mind is the that it will be undergoing nucleophilic addition reaction only. Now if you see for the carbonyl compounds, basically carbonyl compounds form alcohol. The two methods are basically termed as, one is the reduction of the carbonyl compounds, second method from the carbonyl compounds to prepare alcohols is the attack of the RMGX, that is Grignard reagent, or the organolithium compounds on the carbonyl compounds. And when we say carbonyl compound, then we have different types also. Likewise we have aldehyde, we have ketone, we have ester also, we have alkanoyl chloride, that is RCOCl, then we have carboxylic acid also. So basically these are the different types of the carbonyl compounds we have for either the reaction with the RMGX or for the reduction of the carbonyl compounds. This raw material, again in that we have three different methods. The first method which we have is the hydration of alkenes, and when I say hydration, so hydration means the addition of the water molecule. Hydration means addition of water molecule. So one method we call it as the addition of water molecule. The second method which we have is, that is the oxymercuration demercuration reaction. And the third method by which we prepare alcohols from the alkene is known as the hydroboration oxidation method. Now basically, if you see now over here, what we have is the alkenes. We also have, the carbonyl compounds. So these are the two major raw materials. Not I would say only two, we have another type, that is the alkyl halides. And the preparation of the alcohols from the alkyl halides has already been discussed in the previous chapter. So we will not do that in detail in this chapter. So therefore we will be discussing about the preparation